What's up, J-Bays? It's Vikeejeah, and welcome back to my channel. If you're not yet a J-Bay, go ahead and click the red subscriber button so it turns from red to gray and that makes you a J-Bay. And who are J-Bays? They are my bays who tune in whenever I upload to chit chat and all that about luxury beauty. So as you know by now, it is the 9th and it is time for Sephora's semi-annual VIB Savings Event. In addition to the savings event, they snuck in a separate sale on us. They're having 30% off of Sephora Collection from the 9th to the 19th. It cannot be combined with the OMG savings for the spring savings event. However, you can place a separate order and get yourself some goodies from Sephora Collection for 30% off. And since I have been the spokesperson, the unofficial spokesperson for Sephora Pro Brushes, I thought it fitting to recommend some of the brushes to you. So I have a top 10 of my favorite Sephora Pro brushes that have made it to the rebranding. What do you mean rebranding? So Sephora has redesigned and rebranded their Pro collection to give you more of a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Fude feel. They're still synthetic. So we're still, you know, vegan friendly here. But they have redesigned the brushes. So what you see here is not going to be what they look like on the website. However, the numbers are still the same. I'm gonna start off with my top 5 eye brushes, and then we'll move into face brushes towards the end. And if you like this sort of content, folks, please give your girl a thumbs up so I know that you enjoy it. This brush is one that is a workhorse in my collection, and it is the number 57 Airbrush Detail. It's nice and fluffy, as you can see. Nice and fluffy. It's a rounded brush. It's been used. All my brushes stay used, okay? I have a backup of this one, so I have 2 in my collection, and this brush is really great for concealer. I know it's supposed to be an eye brush, but really it's just the perfect size for concealer, setting your highlighting areas with powder. It gets in all right here very well. And it's extremely plush, soft, comfortable. They have an all black look to them now. They're very sleek and sexy, and the Pro title is etched into them. So you're gonna really love the new design. Look for number 57 Detailer, the Airbrush Detailer. I mean, this is amazing. I love this brush. I love the way it feels. It sets your primer really well. Like if you use concealer for primer and you just wanna dab a little bit of translucent powder on there, it's really great for that. If you're like myself and you have hooded eyes and you wanna get that transition on in a hurry, or a one and done shadow, and blend the edges out all in one go, this one right here, she's fabulous. Another brush that I have a backup of is the number 30 Airbrush Shadow. You see a theme here. I really love the airbrush finish. So this one is a dense shadow or shader brush. And if you take a look at that right there, this is also fabulous for nose contour. It's slim, you know, it's flat, the ferrule's pinched, and you can really get in and carve out your nose contour. Also great for cream shadows. Sweep it on, buff it out in the corners, all done. One and done. I have a backup of this for that very reason. I mostly use this brush for cream eyeshadow application. It is so awesome. It gets all the way into the edge here, and then you just do a little half moon shape just to buff everything out and apply the product at the same time. This number 30 is so clutch. Probably my favorite brush that I'm gonna show you for eyes. It is really incredible. Next up is a really beautiful brush for, I think it's a really cool hybrid of shader meets blending brush, and that is the number 27 blending brush. And so as you can see, it's kind of a longer brush hair than your traditional shader, and it's a little bit fluffy. Even though it's a pinched ferrule, it's still a little fluffy. And so you can get into, especially if you're a girl with hooded eyes like myself, you can get into your crease and really like blend that out. It is so fantastic. I also have a backup of this one. You guys, if I'm telling you I have 2 of these, take heed and add to cart. If you are someone who just likes a classic shader, I had to throw this one in there for you guys. It is the number 14 Shadow. I have a backup of this as well. Running theme. But I have a backup of this as well. As you can see, let me go ahead and compare it to the blending, just to show you what I'm talking about here. See how that one's a little bit taller? It's like the taller cousin. This one fans out a little more, much more suitable for the intended purpose of just, you know, applying the shadow to your lids. Last one is for the lower lash line, you guys, and this one is number 86, the Bullet Crease. Now they call this the crease brush, right? I don't know anybody that uses this kind of brush as a crease brush. I mean, if you do, that's cute for you or whatever. But this for me is for the lower lash line, for getting that nice diffused, buffed out look to your lower lash line. So you can get into also, it's also really good for dabbing a little bit on the inner corner. A little bit of that brightness. All right, so those are my top 5 eye brushes from the Sephora Pro collection. And now we're gonna move into the face brushes. This girl, this sexy mama right here. Oh. The number 91 Featherweight powder brush. I think it's just called a powder brush now, but ooh-wee. You see how big and beautiful and domed this is? Now, you might recognize this shape from the La Mer powder brush that cost you about $100, right? This girl is synthetic, domed, fluffy goodness, and it is the absolute best powder brush I have. The best. Buff it all over your face, okay? Diffuse it. Finish. Finish off your look with the girl who resembles a microphone. I seriously love this brush so much. And for the longest time when the Featherweight collection came out, I was kind of like avoiding investing in the Featherweight collection. The dumbest idea ever. I'm so glad that I actually picked up pretty much that entire Featherweight collection. This is, you want this. If you've been eyeing that La Mer brush, get this one. Not only are you getting it for almost half the price at regular price, but you're also getting 30% off. So you will have the same experience, because I've touched and felt and experimented with the La Mer brush. You'll have the same experience with this brush. This one I feel like is the one that, you know, out of the face brushes I'm going to show you, this is the one that you should absolutely get. So again, that's the number 91 Featherweight powder brush. It is just, now it's just called a powder brush. It's not the Featherweight specifically, but it is the exact same shape in an all black look because they have rebranded the brush line. Really awesome for loose powder, works really great on the meteorites, and it works for pressed powders as well. It works for all the powders. All the powders. I've used it with my Dior powder no powder. I've used it with my Chanel loose powder, with my Kosas baked powder. Like, y'all, it works for every powder. And it's just effortless. It's just all right, you guys, another one that is a true classic and favorite. This is the number 50 Flawless Light Powder Brush, but we don't use it for that. We use this brush for bronzing, you guys. Pinched ferrule, it's super fluffy on the top, nice and wide and fluffy, but it's also got a little bit of a sort of like, as you can see, it like tapers right here. So it gets in here and diffuses at the same time. Targets and diffuses. So that's why I think it's really awesome for your bronzer application. Andrea Renee is the one who hit me to this number 50, and I went out and bought it right away. This is my favorite bronzing brush. So you can find this one as well in the Sephora collection still. So I highly recommend you guys pick this up. You can use it for powder. That's what it's for. However, I find that this is premium for bronzer application. Next up, I have 2 brushes that I use for blush application. One of them is actually for blush, and then the other one is like an all-purpose multifaceted brush. So we've got the angled cheek brush. I don't think Sephora will ever not have this brush. It's the number 49. Here it is. She's a beaut. She's been stained by a few of my blushes. So no matter how clean I get her, she looks like this. And it's got a nice density to it. This is a really, really good density. It's the one that I used for my Air Matte blush today. And it works really great on both cream and powder blushes, sorry. You can use it for liquid blush as well, but I find that this one, this number 55, and the ferrule is just a limited edition. I'm sorry, the handle is a limited edition handle. But they have this girl, number 55, labeled as a foundation brush now. Now, honestly, you guys, this is a very fluffy brush. I think that serum foundation might be the only type of foundation that this is gonna work with. I think that this is an amazing blush brush. I mean, top notch. It's so fluffy and like you can pounce, but you can also buff and you can sweep. It is excellent. Excellent for blush application. You can even, you know, in a pinch, do it, give yourself a little bit of like powder contour or a little bronzing action. You could probably use this for quite a few different applications. So number 55 and the number 49 angled blush brush for blush and more. Last but not least is going to be the number 79 Pro Contour. I gotta tell you guys, I didn't realize for the longest time, like, why do they call different things, right? But this contour brush, it is so perfect. I used it today for my contour. You use circular motions to buff it out into the hairline. Use the sweeping motion to get your your cheeks chiseled, right? But if you prefer something like to get you together right here to set the under eye area, this is also a nice shape for that. I think that this is really amazing. It's still like a slim enough and pointed enough to target certain areas for contour as well. And I also used it on, you know, the chin area to, at an angle, buff out a larger area. So these brushes, as I've mentioned before, probably a couple times in this little video here, these brushes are multi-purpose and are all repackaged. So you're looking for an all black brush, and as well, the numbers are still the same. So I'm going to be listing these and linking them in the description box for you. Please remember that the 30% off Sephora Collection Sale cannot be combined with the Spring Savings Event. My suggestion is to place a separate order entirely for your Sephora Collection purchase. That way you don't have to worry about not you know, benefiting from the savings in one way or another. So my links in the description box are going to be affiliate links, and I use the commission that you guys generate for me through an affiliate link to invest back in the channel. Thank you so much in advance if you shop through my links. I appreciate you. You also do not have to just purchase the item that you went through the link for. You can buy whatever you want, anything you want, and I'll receive a commission off of that. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and fan my forehead because I'm like, what am I sweating about? But that's gonna do it for this video, you guys. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you're planning to get. Or if you're a Sephora Collection brush lover, what are some of your favorite brushes? What is your top 5, top 10, whatever you want to list for me? Let me know, because if I don't have it, I will certainly pick it up during the sale. Okay, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.